News with Julie Candler. Austria looks poised to become the only country in Western Europe to have a far-right party in government. The Conservative Austrian People's Party and its leader Sebastian Kurz have struck a coalition deal with the smaller anti-immigration Freedom Party, led by Heinz Christian Strache. Austria's president has invited the two men to talks on Saturday about forming a new administration. The Senate in Poland has approved two controversial bills which the European Union says will undermine the independence of the judiciary. Poland's governing party says it's acting to reform a slow and corrupt court system, but the EU has threatened sanctions against what it sees as a breach of fundamental values. Opposition parties in Peru have submitted an impeachment motion against President Pedro Pablo Kuczynski, who's been accused of receiving illegal payments from the Brazilian construction company Odebrecht. The motion says Mr. Kuczynski lacks the moral capacity to lead Peru. He's denied the allegations. The UN Special Rapporteur on Extreme Poverty has given a damning assessment of the huge disparities between rich and poor in the United States. Philip Alston said the US government's tax reform bill, together with the health and welfare reforms proposed to pay for it, could produce a dramatic increase in inequality. The new president of Zimbabwe, Emmerson Mnangagwa, has received the endorsement of the governing ZANU-PF party as its leader and presidential candidate in next year's elections. He got ZANU-PF's backing during the party's annual conference, the first since the dramatic events that led its long-time leader Robert Mugabe to surrender power last month. A Nigerian law student has been prevented from qualifying to practice because she insisted on wearing a hijab under her wig at her graduation ceremony. The head of the Nigerian law school said she was refused entry because she didn't adhere to the correct dress code. BBC News.